All right, wasn't that sweet? Just imagine how great it will be when I finally know how to use the overlays too. That'll just be awesome. So here we are. We are in a replay cast for. Oh, I'm in the wrong scene. We're in a replay. Cael'thas can't spell versus calculated throw. Boom! Now we got the team names mostly up there. Again, Valk being somewhat new to the overlays. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, so we're going to get this started off by unpausing. Kill the blue core, we are told. Zoom that out. So, showing up for Cael'thas Can't Spell, we have Crushinator on the Greymane, D on the Tassadar, Toons on the Rhaegar, Asmochad on the Urel, and Dorsh playing Muradin. For Calculated Throw, we have Mal'Ganis played by Mystic, Whitemane by Gravent, TBR here for the Zool, Mona Derp on Cassia, and Scooty Puffy Jr. playing Cael'thas. We have the traditional fight in the middle is not attended by Urel, who is already in the top lane. We've got 3 sprays that I've seen, and the first Stormbolt landing, and boom, the vegetables exploding right here. Very important to note. So Cael'thas putting out the living bomb that caused those vegetables, so point for Scooty Puff Jr. Zool catching up here. We're going to go to Experience. Experience actually happens to be one of my favorite screens here on the overview or overlay, because it can show quite a bit of information as to how the teams are playing. Sure, we can see the kills, we can even see them up here, but the little things, the minions, and how they are being soaked is quite important. I'm going to turn this down a touch in my ear. Press F for vegetables. I don't know what you mean, Mystic, but I like it. So a little bit of trading down here. Neither of these two really having sustain at this point. And Urel just using no mana, using no health, trading for free. We do have Rhaegar back here on the camp with Toons. We've got 2 down here between Whitemane and Cael'thas. And I can hear my children in the background yelling about some Pokemon. Rhaegar holding his camp with the tribute starting on the bottom lane. I think there's some wisdom there. But experience fairly even between the teams. Slight advantage with Calculated Throw as they capped theirs a little bit earlier. Calculated Throw deciding to go for that second camp. The members of Cael'thas Can't Spell making sure to soak all 3 lanes right now. Talents. Oh, I hit the wrong button for talents. There we go. Yeah, we do have the Hand of Freedom coming out of Urel, so she will quite often be able to clear many of those Zool routes and get a bonus movement speed. A little bit of experience lead on the part of Calculated Throw here going into the first objective. We have everybody staying top. CCS capping their camp. Oh, I've got my Control F, Control Alt F. There we go. I'm on the Taiwan server so that I can do this replay cast at the moment. I'm glad I was able to sneak it in. Cael'thas Can't Spell being also known as CCS3, so we've got a little bit of connection to them. So I wanted to make sure that they got this game cast. I am not allowed to do live casts for any of the 3 CCS teams, but replays, it is game on. So, bit of a scuffle here. Crush looking for a delay. He gets it. D taking a bit of damage there. Up top, Urel's got the camp advantage, but Zool has the wave clear advantage. CCS looking a little low here. Whitemane having a little more throughput as far as healing numbers go. Oh, Tassadar goes down to the Mal'Ganis. This will be tribute for Calculated Throw. Oh, healing numbers actually There we go. Quite even. And the red team's camp even wins the scuffle in middle, so red team getting value all over. Good job, calculated throw. I like this call of we get a kill, we take some structures down here after we get the tribute. Great sleep out there from Mal'Ganis, neutralizing damage from calculated throw. Cael'thas stepping way up. I am scared for your life, but it looks like there's not quite enough damage to take you out. The gate goes down. Over half of the health of this cannon tower is down. Yrel has won the top fight with our friend Zool backing out, but CCS setting up for this objective. Grevent getting a little too close, but thinking wiser of it. Smart choice. Great sleep by Mal'Ganis, catching 2. Oh, I thought he was going to get 4. One of the great things about Muradin is he just has to rest for a moment, and he will come back with that second win. Stun on the Mal'Ganis. His team is in full retreat. Will Crushinator get away? Yes. D, however, does not. Asmochad joining the fight, but it looks like this one may be over for CCS. It is. They have decided full retreat. So even though it's on a very difficult position for the members of Calculated Throw, they do take that. Grevent cares about globes. The rest of you maybe not. Which, I mean, Cael'thas, Scooty Puff Jr., it's a good thing Grevent's looking out for you on those globes. You got Mana Addict, my friend. No, I didn't want Greymane. Calculated Throw setting up for this first boss. You can see the experience lead that they've got to get them to 10. Not huge, but hey, 1,000 experience means they're 10 first. They can take this boss without really having to worry about the members of Cael'thas Can't Spell. CCS deciding to start on their boss, but let's see, capped at about 615. They are charging down bottom. The tribute is up too. About halfway. Calculated throws here, ready to invade. Both teams are 10. And the Archon comes out, but immediately slept. And, oh, that was an ugly fight for CCS3, but a fantastic invade for Calculated Throw. The boss wailing up here. The boss is going to be wailing here. And given the time on that fight, they get to come and collect the tribute. Monadur popping away on her zombie plush unicorn. So tribute captured. We now have curse with boss pushing in 2 lanes. So the top fort is going to go down between the boss and the minions at this point. The bottom one just went down. Calculated Throw moving in. This camp call is a little dicey, but they're going to pull it off. Ooh, but the ambush on Crushinator, even with the cursed bullet flying to send a message out, Crush goes down. Grevent should love his globes, Mystic. It always drives me crazy when people don't care about the globes. Like, I don't understand why I watch so many Masters and GM players ignore their globes. When it's like, but that's 10% health for you and all of your friends nearby. So bottom keep goes down. CCS trying to defend here. Loses their tank. We had the big root out here from the boss on 3 members of CCS. Calculated Throw saying this is our time to exit. Saying maybe we defend from that camp. They've got quite a bit of push here on the top keep wall building. This camp will get a little bit of structure damage, but with a Zool around to clear, ain't no thing. And they've got camps ready to go on their side of the map. Mona Derp getting in position for the bottom siege camp. Somebody pinged the bruiser camp. CCS trying to regroup here. 13's on the side of Calculated Throw. So going through some talents here with the Winged Guard and the Fueled by Torment. That means that Mal'Ganis is looking, I mean, I wouldn't have taken Wing Guard into Tassadar, but the Fueled by Torment into Tassadar can be huge for the healing. Will of Tichondrius being easily the most popular of the Mal'Ganis 7s, having that lifesteal on it. Carrion Swarm, my personal favorite. It's a great getaway and has a fantastic upgrade at 20 if you decide on that. So Calculated Throw, prepping the top lane for push. They still have 13's advantage, but Cael'thas Can't Spell is about to get this. I feel like they are letting this camp get cleared somewhat for free, but CCS backs out instead. And the Night Beckons. I would have done the Blood Rush there, but the quick healing that comes from a white main at times just means 15% movement speed gets to be everywhere. So fighting over this camp, I'm a little worried about this position, but we see ours start coming out. Carrion Swarm all over the back line. We see the Pyroblast coming after our friend Greymane. He dies alone in the trees. Oh, and everybody all over Whitemane. It looks like she is going down. Tassadar still trying to pump out damage. The Ardent Defender coming out from Yrel. The Vision has been taken for Calculated Throw. And we hear a fort go down mid to that camp that was never quite cleared. So taking the 1-for-1 trade, that does bring Cael'thas Can't Spell to 13. But you have the members of Calculated Throw getting the camp that was so hard fought over, excuse me. Ooh, and Yrel with the sneaky timing, but is it gonna matter? It's a 3v4. Zool goes down. Mystic swiping away. Asmochad holding his ground. And the camp does go to Cael'thas Can't Spell, and the counter kills coming out, being down but up in numbers as the fight went on. We did have the tribute picked up bottom. I believe it was Cassia that picked that up at the time. Ping's coming out for that top boss. Ooh, who's here in the middle? Yeah, KT, Mr. No Escapes himself, dying to a double body block. And CCS taking the advantage of the power play with 2 members off the map. Ouchie Root there, goes out on Tunes with a stun to follow up, but... And the boss is claimed, but a second tribute for Calculated Throw, setting them up to be able to have another curse here in short order. Cael'thas Can't Spell, deciding whether they should be pushing with the boss or trying to clear or go get the second boss. It looks like the call is for the top boss. We do have Yrel backing to deal with this triple catapult that's back here, but this does leave her team in a potential 4v5 if Cael'thas can get here. We see the Bloodlust come out, we see some crowd control hitting, the Carrion Swarm, the Angry Scarlet thingy that I can't remember the name of at the moment, Divine Reckoning, and nobody dies, everyone gets away. The boss is wailing on the fort. It may go down, but it's going to be mighty close. Oh, one more swing, it goes down. So CCS gearing up possibly for this tribute. It is a curse. They've got to be here. Dorsch just showed by walking over the tribute. His team needs to get together like Haley Mills in the Parent Trap singing. Come on. Here is probably the game deciding fight. Scooty Puff Jr. as SPJ. Muradin face checking a little bit, but not getting punished for it. Oh, we're going to see a Carrion Swarm here in just a second. That's what I'm betting on. Oh, Muradin jumps out. Still no Carrion Swarm. Crush going to go down to... Yep, boom. The Pyroblast. Asmochad absorbing all sorts of damage. The Dorsch stun. The Divine Reckoning does come out asleep out onto Muradin. He hops away with that extra leap range, it looks like. Am I right? Yeah, right there. Dwarf launch. The tribute was picked up by CCS, but now there's another tribute spawning. It is 4v5. The members of Calculated Throw resetting, whether that's tapping or hearthing all the way back. There is this triple catapult pressure building bottom. So the members of Calculated Throw, if they simply can delay this, can turn this into a fantastic advantage for them. Yrel defending the boss, making sure that can't sneakily take that, but we do see 3 members of Calculated Throw down here. Zool up there alone, fighting with all his might. He is the Scythe build. And so the Decrepify coming out. Ooh, the TAS Shock Ray coming in for the final zap. Don't pass the bombs, don't pass the bombs. Alright, but don't leave your damage to get destroyed either. But so we see the TAS go down. The Rhaegar is next. Muradin jumps out. Crush trying to back away. We get a stun. This is 3 people dead with a curse. I don't know that having the tank and the bruiser still up is going to be enough to save them. We see the members of Calculated Throw, whether they be on motorcycle, the Forsaken Jazzy Chair, or a plush unicorn, driving towards the bottom. Ooh, Scooty Puff. Scooty Puff. I don't know what Grevent wants for their order, but you owe them like flowers, chocolates, maybe strawberries, something, because you were dead to rights, and the White Mine Healing brought you back. Pyro to send a message. The core starting to rapidly go down. Almost 4 members back up. Zool has decided it is time for him to engage with 30% left. We see the beach ball start bouncing, but with Zool on the core now, it is gone. Congratulations to the members of Calculated Throw picking up the victory in game 1. Ping on my replay, or my caster, whatever tool. Look at that, it shows it. Alright, stats. We didn't do a lot of talking about stats. We didn't do a lot of talking about talents, but it was a great game to watch. Overall, fantastic map control by Calculated Throw. The camp timing seemed a little crisper. The team fight seemed a little more coordinated. And with that, they were able to capture a lot of tributes and make certain that they stayed ahead for the whole game. Sure, there was a couple of times where they lost that advantage, but because the macro was so heavily in their favor, because even if they lost a team fight, CCS still had to clean up the lanes instead. So, all right, let's load replay number 2. All right, show in folder. Yeah, here's my one game on the Taiwan server. We lost. It was also Cursed Hollow. Totally wrecked. Game 2. All right. I don't know any of the heroes, so this replay is loading great. But we do have the same teams, same rosters, same sides. Thanks for not trolling the caster. So we're going to Alterac Pass. Oh, you know what? I actually have this brought up. The first map was the preference of Cael'thas Can't Spell. And the second map is the preference of Calculated Throw. So let's get into this. We see D on the Cael'thas, Toons on the Anduin, Asmochat on Alarak, Dorsh reprising his role as Muradin, and Crushinator flipping over to Toothley Auric. Over here, again, we have Zool from TBR, Grevent switching over to Deckard with the Field Study to start, Mystic taking Diablo, Mona Derp switching over to Li Ming, and Scooty Puff Jr. taking the stacking Sylvanas. We see the pings, we see the cheese. Are they going to pull it off? It looks like the members of CCS are all in the middle, stacking as 5. The good luck, have fun. Nothing more than a very polite bait, misdirection. Sylvanas turning off the fort. Sylvanas is in deep. Yeah, Sylvanas should die for that. Sorry, Scooty Puff Jr., you overstayed your welcome. But the well went down. I mean, hey, that's going to give an advantage to somebody in that lane. Diablo was mighty close, and Zool is up here just getting free experience. So overall, I would say the 300 given for an experience on the hero versus the lane up here that they will never see the experience of. It just poofed. Overall, fine trade. You know, CCS has a mild lead on the experience, but I think that will, yeah, the skeleton's actually working against you there, TBR, because it allowed the Leoric to get up there and capture it. But look at the health of this wall that's already been taken. We do have 2 members back here whittling away on this Deckard. Smack, smack, smack with that staff. We also have 2 members over here. D looks like she is going to be going for a hearth right after this. This will be her first globe. So slightly faster camp pickup by the members of CCS. We do have Alarak playing a little safe down here with having both Diablo and Ming chasing him down. Muradin in the mid. And I feel like we lost some soak mid for the members of Calculated Throw, but they are ahead on the minions, so I must have just not been reading the map very well. Zool in here slashing away with his cursed strikes very loudly in my ear, so I gotta turn that down slightly. Are the game sounds pretty loud to chat, or is it just me going T8R like tater? Oh man, I'm pretty sure I've been reading that as a B the whole time. Alright, TBR, your name's apparently Tater. My bad. Sylv has been feeding. Both of them are on you, Scotty Puff Jr. Apparently you don't know the meaning of don't die. Ooh, Alarak getting stuck in the corner now. Anduin saying nobody puts baby in a corner. Gets away. We do have the Zool being... Oh, nice wraparound with the spooky ghost walk. So Tater having to hearth. Deckard all set up here with a few potions, making it so that his team can be mighty safe around defending that prison camp. I don't really see anything out of the ordinary so far. Bold strategy being one that has fallen a little bit in favor, but I like to see it. Dorsch going with a rather safe build on Muradin. And Ruby. I love Ruby. I think it's one of the best talents in the game. Granted, I also think Ruby's going to get nerfed now that everybody recognizes that it's one of the best, but you know. An orb build for Ming. I do like the Merc Queen from Sylv. While there's only one Merc camp that it works against, if you can open up that mid lane super well. Tater still up here doing his thing. Split pushers never die. Sound is fine. I shouldn't say split pushers never die, but you know, the legend of split push never dies. Quite the team fight here. We do have a 5v4. I think Diablo's toasted. Oh, sorry, Mystic. Dorsch gets away. There was potions here on the ground. Gravent saying, pick up the potions. And the door does not get shut, so the first objective does go over to CCS. Tater up here, slashing away, seeing what damage he can get done. Loving the fact that he has nobody there to contest him, and his skeletons just get to keep going. Oh, you're so close, Tater. You're so close. I would have liked to have seen Tater take maybe 1 or 2 more slashes and then just pop his shield when Leoric showed up. So, not quite getting the advantage there that he wanted. We do have an experience lead for the side of CCS, mainly thanks to the 3 deaths on the part of Calculated Throw. Diablo might go down again. Ooh, the root, and he's away. Lots of Deckard potions, making this nice little circle. Diablo starts the do-si-do to pick him up, but decides he wants to smash Muradin back into the towers. Muradin gets away, half the potions fade, Grevent still going, oi, the potions. Moving down to defend the bottom with the top cleared out by Zool, the mid defended by the rest of the team. Diablo taking an aggro path. The pull from the telekinesis keeping him there. Diablo says, ooh, I like these little red lines on the ground. These are great. Picks him up. He's super healthy. Experience still slightly in favor of CCS. Zool does go in there and takes that fort. Leoric slashing away, but I don't know that he alone has the damage to deal with it. And Zool gets into tower range and gets away scot-free for it. So, 3 members here on the camp for CCS, 2 again for Calculated Throw. Again, Deckard wailing away with the pittance of damage he does with that staff, but he's there to keep Sylvanas alive with all the juicy red drinks. Mystic says he might have developed a drinking problem in this game because of Alarak. CCS hovering the bottom boss, driving back the Alarak. I think at this point I would have liked to have seen a bit of a lane swap with the Zool. If Zool could have come down and either 1, super cleared this wave, or 2, start taking over the bottom. CCS trying to hold on to this boss. I don't know that that is the healthiest choice of their life, but finally deciding to let it go. Diablo been sharking around in his luchador outfit. New luchador outfit coming today, pink onesie. Super excited about that. I know it's dorky, but that's just kind of the theory of Valk's life, is how dorky can you get away with. Couple ults coming out, mainly misfires, nothing super landing. So, Asmochad eating a full orb combo to the face, says he's out. Does Dorsch have a jump to get away? Yes, he does, deciding to jump into the slowing pit there. And look at this wave that Zool is forcing Leoric to respond to. So Calculated Throw starting to come up for the objective. My camera work not great, and I don't know how to read chat without alt-tabbing at this point, so, you know. So some ults we've seen, we do have the Entomb, the Pyroblast, the Light Bomb, the Counter-Strike, and the Avatar. On the side of Calculated Throw, we saw the APOC go out, the Stay a While and Listen. We'll have again the Skeletal Mages, the Laser for the from Li Ming, and the Wailing Arrow we did see come out at least once as well. So most of the ults on cooldown, but we're starting to get a couple back here. Nice slam from Diablo. Dorsch stuck in a corner. Ooh, Tater, Tater, Tater. Oh, the Light Bomb. Tater goes down. Leoric, double unstoppable between the pull. The fire is spreading. Mystic nice enough to share with Monoderp even when they don't want it. Oh, Diablo, Diablo, Diablo finally goes down. Leo going to clear top. Members of CCS, while being 5, do not progress in on this objective. With only 3 seconds left on theirs, they are taking a very defensive posturing. Diablo did have his soul, so he reset there. and no kills so far for the part of Calculated Throw, which is particularly saddening to Li Ming because without a kill she can't get a reset. So she's coming after you, Diablo, and saying what gives. I mean, maybe after Sylvanas too, but Root comes out from Anduin. Alarak finishes the channel just in time. Diablo stuck in a tight spot, but uses the APOC to scare everybody off. Long range orb calculated out there onto the KT. Lots of damage out to the Diablo. Revent says, you know what, if you're not going to tank with the potions, I'll tank with the potions. We do finally have 2 members going down from Cael'thas can't spell. The reset's coming out. Ooh, another 2. Mona Derp out of mana, but kind of out of people to blast with her laser too. So the 3 seconds finished for Calculated Throw. We now have the push coming out. Sorry, I was scratching my shoulder and ignoring the map there. So the center fort going down very quickly. Tater up here, drawing some aggro, using their shield. The experience has actually been higher for Leoric than Zool, but as far as the teams go, Calculated Throw in a good position here. They've got the cavalry showing up. Their camp is just starting to go down. They've got the entire wall down on that center keep. Ooh, the damage getting pumped out by the Sylvanas. We're at 111 stacks. That is nice. Apparently you can go to 9,001 stacks. So, Scooty Puff Jr., that is my challenge to you. I want to see you hit 9,001 stacks. Rotating down to the bottom fort. It is going down quite quickly. Oh, Zool died. I missed it. Cael'thas and Leoric comboing to make sure that happened. Mystic trying to defend his drinking of potions by I was locked down and body blocked. While true, Deckard seemed to be somewhat free from movement and drank a lot. So, are you trying to suggest that Revent just needs to be better at his 3-point potion shots to you? Alright, CCS looking at the bottom boss as for Leoric out in the lane trying to give some space and also prep that lane for the boss. The members of Calculated Throw sniffing this out. The boss only at half health. Ooh, yikes. That was mean, but Alarak goes down, losing all of that precious sadism in the process. People saying pings, pings, pings. Yeah, the trade there to be able to get the Alarak. Oh man. Whew. If that Ming Orb could have just flown a little bit farther, there was going to be some mad death there. But to trade Diablo for Alarak sadism was actually a fantastic trade for Calculated Throw. And you can see this boss still at 100% health because they pushed the members of CCS off. If Deckard had a cleanse right now, he would be beyond busted. He is already extremely strong with how Ruby is stacking up right now. And I personally really like the build that Grevent has gone. The 16, I'm kind of like, whatever. But 1 through 13, I'm all in. This is like another ult. Yeah, I think I would have gone the smacky staff at 16 for the stuns, but if you think the whole team's going to be bunching for your team, take the cooldown reduction and the extra armor, because the extra armor's nutty. Oh, combos. So Cael'thas can't spell, saying we don't like Satan, making sure that Diablo goes down right away. Calculated throw coming back and saying, well, if you take our Satan, we'll take your dwarf. Muradin going down. The chase is real. Grevent being locked down by that Leoric. Ooh, and the Zool. Had that telekinesis hit, Zool was toast. Leoric is now out on an island, 1v4, doing his spooky ghost walk to get away. He's not spooky ghost at 13, so it doesn't reduce damage. He's life leech with mithril mace. Cael'thas can't spell, trying to retreat and save this back keep. And the members of Calculated Throw taking the camp. Mystic saying that his strategy at this point was to eat all the ults so that his team wouldn't have to. That's very, very sacrificing of yourself for your team. It's not necessarily a Diablo mentality. D trying to lock the door. Oh, the root with the laser from Mona Derp. Mona Derp piecing out when they see the two warrior types coming after him. Asmochad hearthing right there, deciding better of it in the end. D getting a little low on mana, playing the patient game here is Calculated Throw. They do have structure advantage in all three lanes, and if they hang out for a moment, they're gonna get this mid fort or mid keep too for it. Oh, Crush once again chasing into the back line, scaring some folks off, but I think he may be going down now. So for the Apox, we've seen some big ult usage in this game. I think I would like to see the APOC as a follow-up to Stay a While, because while we don't have to kill everyone, if we could get that 1 or 2 kills off of that combo, I think that would work really well. And I think I've even seen Calculated Throw pull that off, so I wonder if right now, again, being a replay cast, if maybe there was just a smidgen of, call it anxiety or over-eagerness or miscommunication. It happens. The Wailing Arrow there, fantastic. Diablo once again convincing the enemy team to trade poorly for his life. And the objective is captured, so we do have that cavalry rolling in once again for Calculated Throw. The center keep did go down, so this is a potential win scenario for Calculated Throw. They do have 4 members to match the 4 members of CCS3, but they also have constant pressure in this mid lane with the Null Reavers. Oh. Alright, don't click on something or it'll just get locked up. So, Calculated Throw having 3 members here in the top. However, their squishiest members, though Wits on my team would say that Deckard is a tank. So this top keep going down quite quickly. The barrage is coming out from Sylv and Li Ming. It's gone. Zool here in the bottom saying, I got siege for the both of us. Ooh, the 75 healing reduction coming out from Spectral Scythe. This is a lot of damage pumping into this core. It has already lost 10,000 of its health, 13,000 of its health. Leoric goes down in the bottom. It's down to 10,000. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So they didn't get to kill anybody because the core died too fast. But there was the Stay a While into APOC combo. So let's look at some stats. We'll wait for the chat to fade because I don't know how to turn it off. But the Toons dying 0 times in that game, so great job getting away. Diablo face tanking that damage 6 times, allowing his team to trade well. And even though we were even on kills, we saw the macro pressure from Calculated Throw just overwhelming to where they could wait out an objective, they could stall, they got another structure, then they get the objective too, and just push. So I think that Calculated Throw had, wait a second, I think they actually only got the last objective. So they had created enough macro through the first objective to just clear it without losing a structure. The second objective, I can't remember well enough. But the third objective, they definitely captured and rode that one to victory. So congratulations to the members of Calculated Throw. I do see that I have had a couple members of them mentioning in the chat. So we're going to see if we can get an interview, because why not? I mean, it's the middle of the day on a Tuesday, but we got two. I am in lobby 1. Oh, they got 2 objectives. Nice. Mystic's coming for an interview. Hey,
rang.
Mystic. Let's see. You know, I don't even know how to use my overlays, so it's just not going to be there. All right. Well, how did it feel taking that domination victory last Thursday?
It was the only domination we had all season, so it felt good to end on it.
Oh, that was your last game of the season then?
Yep.
I see, I see. Well, you had some great plays. Hopefully you didn't feel too under attack on the Diablo there, but you were trading very well. I know it looks like you were getting picked on, but because they had to pump so much damage into you, you came out on top as a team. And if the team wins and the tank dies, yeah, the tank did their job, right?
Yeah, that kind of became our game plan post 10 was I was just getting crowd controlled so hard that I really couldn't set anything up. So it was just get as many of them clumped up as possible, pop the APOC before I die, and then let Deckard do his thing while Ming and Sylvanas killed everyone.
Yeah, I felt from a draft perspective, you had a very scary draft in both games. I think that in Cursed Hollow, the members of Cael'thas Can't Spell might have been a little passive and a little late to objectives, and so that made it so that you just, I mean, you got 2 curses. I don't think they got any. They got a couple tribs, but not a full curse.
Yeah.
So, knowing that it's the end of the season, how's the team looking? Are you making it to playoffs? Oh man, it says C West in the middle of this the whole time.
No, we didn't make the playoffs. We didn't have the best season. We actually missed 8th place by 1 point in the
1
end, but
point.
we
You
would
hate
have
to
lost
see
the
it.
tiebreaker. Yeah, we would have lost the tiebreaker to Probius anyways. Which is another exciting series that was fun to. You should go back and watch it if you can.
Nice, nice. I don't know how many I'll be getting to today, but I wanted to make sure that I caught this one, being as it's one of my sister teams out there. But
Yeah, no, Probius was actually cast, and it came down to game 3, 5% difference.
yikes, yikes. Well, I can't imagine that Calculated Throw is going anywhere. You've been a staple of NGS for a few seasons now, but how is the team feeling about the season overall? I know you said there were some bumps and bruises. What are you looking forward to? And do you see any Rocky style pump up montages happening during the off season?
I think off season we might be doing a little bit of role flipping. I know we're kind of hit or miss on if we're coming back right now. I think the weather changes might play a role in that. Looks like they've made some adjustments, but I'm still not very happy. Super sold on them,
I
and just life catching up with everybody.
I feel like the weather changes are possibly going to be short-lived compared to the
Yeah.
other anomalies. So
That said, life's just getting busy for everybody. We have a lot of games this season where we had to pull in an off roster sub or just a sub in general.
I
We
get
didn't
it.
really have a dedicated offlaner. I kind of filled that role and then tanked when our tank wasn't here, like in the last game.
I get it.
So we,
I have a 9-person roster on CCS for a reason, so it
yeah,
gets busy.
and then it's just we'll see. Not saying we won't be back, but I'm not promising anything yet.
Yeah. Well, we are now joined by Baby Valk. I don't know that she's going to ask any questions, but she is sitting on my lap and will probably slap some keys. So,
All right,
well,
but yeah, no,
congrat.
it was a great series.
Yes, and congratulations. I thought there was a lot of neat things there. Sorry to Tater, whose name I could not say because I could not read it properly. But if you ever decide to switch to TBR, we will support you in that decision. And SPJ, if you can die less, they said that they'll let you become SPS. So senior instead of junior. Hi, baby. Well, Mystic, do you have any shout outs as the
I
champion?
just shout outs to my team. Thanks for sticking through it for the season. It was a rough one, but we made it work in the end, and we looked much better at the end of the season. So we'll see what happens.
Nice,
I
nice.
know we've been on a bit of a downward spiral for about 3 seasons now.
Ah, that's never fun. We peaked in season 6. We'll see how we do at the playoffs. I hope we can surprise some people in the first few rounds and make some waves and make it to the championship still. But overall, I think it's been a
Yeah.
good season. Competition has been really high throughout all the divisions. So, oh, baby Valk trying to stab me with my own pencil. So, but thanks for being here, Mystic. I will sign off everyone with my traditional shoutouts. First of hi mom, and second, thanks everybody for being here watching. We appreciate it. This has been a Nexus Gaming Series broadcast brought to you by Valcomer. Remember to spay and neuter your pets, as well as vote for additional maps into the NGS map pool. Bring in Garden of Terror, bring in Hanamura, rock the vote, my friends. Thanks for being here, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks, Mystic.
Take care, man.